So after getting down to 6.9, did you really think I could leave it at that? Just 100 puny grams from the UCI weight limit? Hell no. I knew the one spot on my bike that I still had quite a bit of potential to lose some more weight was my pedals. For all out weight winnism, there are the Crankbrothers Eggbeater 11 that I think comes in at 179 grams for the pair, but they are like 450 bucks. And that's just a bit more than I'm willing to pay for a pair of pedals. Also, the reviews are pretty hit and miss, it seems. Either people love them or people really don't love them. And the fact that they are not Shimano SPD compatible also made me not really consider them for my bike. So the other option I had my eyes on was these Xpedo M-Force Ti titanium pedals, and after my new wheels got the bike down to 6.9, it was just too close to put it off any longer. So I started to look around online for these pedals, and I found them at bikecomponents.de for around 138 bucks, which is still a bit more expensive than the new XTR pedals, for example, but the extra weight saving, yeah, you know how I think. And as you saw in the intro there, they came in at 214 grams, and for reference, that's lighter than the Shimano Dura-Ace road pedals and only about 4 grams heavier than my Speedplay Zero pedals. I'm pretty damn happy with that weight for sure. This means I dropped 126 grams compared to my Shimano pedals, and in theory I should now be below the UCI limit. But we will confirm that in a bit. One thing I was really curious about that I couldn't find any information on online when I researched these pedals was the stack height. The Xpedo pedals looks pretty bulky in product photos, and I was a bit worried that this would result in a higher stack height, but luckily compared to my XT pedals, these are actually 2 millimeters lower, so no massive adjustments needed to my position or anything. Spring tension is adjusted with a 3mm X key, so no worries there. They're not the best looking pedals in my opinion, especially if you compare them to the slick Shimano pedals out there. They are pretty industrial looking, to put it nicely, with the spring adjustment very exposed and kind of offset on the pedal, not in the middle like you have in Shimano, for example. Considering the weight, it's a small price to pay. So I've been riding these now for about a month, and I've been pretty happy with the performance. They're just as stable as my XT pedals, even though they don't look like they should be, and they actually seem to have a bit less side-to-side rocking movement compared to the Shimano pedals, even with brand new cleats. As you can see, this can depend on the shoes as well, as the pedal rests on the tread on each side of the cleats, so different shoes might have different results. I do prefer my spring tension to be very loose to save my bionic legs, so that might have something to do with it as well. In terms of clipping in and out, I think they're not quite as self-aligning as the Shimano ones are. Feels like I have to search for the pedal with my foot a bit more, but that could be me just not being really used to them yet. Clipping out is also not quite as good as the Shimanos. The click you feel when you clip your pedals out is not quite as pronounced as on the Shimanos. I actually got stuck in the pedals a few times in the beginning, and I had to flick my heel the other way to get the foot out, which could have ended pretty embarrassingly if I wasn't so quick in my thinking. Before the next ride though, I lubed the pedal and the cleat with some dry lube, and since I did that, I didn't have this issue anymore. But still, I thought it was worth mentioning. I also had a chance to play in the snow, as I had to hike the last part of a huge climb on the first big ride I did with these pedals, and they seem to handle snow just as good as the Shimano pedals are. A bit of stomp and then I could clip in no problems. Another thing I wanted to try for myself before I got these pedals was actually how good the Shimano cleat compatibility really is, as it can be a bit of a hit and miss when using Shimano cleats on non-Shimano pedals. Getting new Xpedo cleats would mean me ordering online, probably from overseas, as I haven't found anything in Japan at least yet. On the other hand, with Shimano cleats I can pretty much find them anywhere, like in my local convenience store. Almost. I was really hoping I could use the cleat at least as a last resort, but after doing a couple of tries now with brand new Shimano cleats, I can happily confirm that they're just as good as the Xpedo cleats. So that was a nice surprise. I even put a Shimano cleat on one shoe and the Xpedo cleat on the other shoe and went out for a short ride on that just to compare, and they basically perform exactly the same. If I had to say something, the Shimano cleat might feel a bit looser, but it's definitely not much, and it's definitely not an issue for me. My next cleat will definitely be the Shimano ones because they are 10 grams lighter. Believe it or not, I actually haven't confirmed the total weight of the bike yet. So now I will grab my scale, head out and climb a mountain and do the traditional mountain view weigh-in. So let's go. .765. So that was a huge success. So stoked. And funny thing, the weight is with my pump mount. That's metal. Also have a little GoPro mount on the fork and this, so I'm well happy with that weight for sure. So that's pretty much it for these pedals. Like I try to mention in my videos, I make videos about stuff I want to use myself and shit I put on my bike, so to speak. So I wouldn't probably recommend these pedals to everyone just the same as my wheels. If you want to lose weight, they're an excellent option. But if you just want to have a bomb-proof, tried and tested pedal, I'll probably go with the Shimano SPD pedal instead. I'll probably go for the Shimano pedals as well if I were, say, doing cyclocross, when you jump on the bike and need to be snap into the pedals without thinking. A bit more fiddly from time to time. It's not an issue for me riding gravel and stuff like that, but it's a compromise for sure to get that weight. But for us weight weenies, this is definitely an excellent option. If you want a proper review though, definitely check out a Gravelcyclist review of these pedals. I will put the link down in the description, so check that out if you want to know more. So I think that's it for this video. If you found this interesting and helpful, feel free to leave a like, it's always appreciated, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this and other bike nerdy stuff. And if you do subscribe, I will catch you in the next one. Peace! This means I'm totally down with losing weight on this bike now. Probably not.